Hey, John, saw that Henry and Trent Brown were out there for the early part of your practice. Are they, hopefully in line to play on Sunday? And in Trent's case, how much of this is just trying to get him so right that he doesn't have to do any of the start stops type of thing, just get completely clear from the calf injury so that you'll have him for the balance of the season?
Well, we've been working Trent for a long time, so he wouldn't be out there practicing if he wasn't close to being ready. He's missed a lot of time. Ruggs is a rookie who had no spring practice, and he's missed a lot of time. So I don't know if they're going to play this week or not, but it's good to have him back out on the field.
Hey, John, what do you think is the one biggest thing that needs to change defensively to give you guys the best chance against an obviously high-powered offense?
We just got to play better, period. We've got to stop the run. We've got to start faster. We've got to play better on third down. We've got to get off the field. We need more stops. And we got to stop the opponent quicker. We got to play better in all areas, and I don't think that's an understatement. We got to keep getting better. We're working hard, and I'm confident we can improve.
Hey, John, we saw this week that the Patriots have had a couple players added to the COVID list. Given that they just played the Chiefs, is there any, as a coach and as a team, do you think about that at all when you're going up against a team that may have had contact with somebody who was positive? Does that run through your mind at all?
And I'm not going to answer any more of these questions. I'm really confident that everybody's doing the best they can. We are doing everything we can, and we have great confidence in everybody that we play that they're doing the best they can. And this is a tough situation. I admire everybody's cooperation, working hard to prevent the spread. But I'm not going to keep answering questions about this. I hate the virus. We got to rev up our intensity and our concentration and how to beat it, and that we will do.
Coach Gruden, lead editors of Raiders.com. Either the first or second time you ever played Patrick Mahomes as Raiders head coach, he said that he really takes you off. So considering all that he's done since he's entered the league up to this point, what have you seen out of him to showcase that he is one of the best quarterbacks in the league?
I mean, come on, that's you don't need to ask me that. I mean, just pick a film up. He does it all. I mean, he's a great scrambler, he's a great passer, he's a great competitor, he's a great quarterback, he's a world champion. So he's got a great resume and a great future and a great contract to boot.
John, just one more on Trent Brown. Sometimes when a player misses time like that, especially an offensive lineman, there's the possibility of out of shape type of a thing. Has he been doing everything that he needs to be physically right? And do you feel like he is good to go as far as in shape and all of that type of stuff?
Yeah, we're not irresponsible here at all. We're very responsible in terms of when to put a player back out there. He's been working on the side, simulating the offensive tackle position with A.J. Neibel and our training staff. He wouldn't be out there practicing and be on the list of possibly playing if he wasn't in shape and ready to go. But he has missed time, and you got to practice this game no matter what anybody says to be good at it.
Hey, Coach, after the first quarter of the season, do you still believe as much as ever that this could still prove to be a postseason team despite those defensive struggles?
I think there's a lot of teams right now after the first quarter of the season, with the way that this whole world is right now, that are taking things week by week. I like where we are. We've played one of the toughest schedules in football. I don't think you would even doubt that. We've been in these games. We've been competing hard. We've played a lot of different players at critical positions. But we got a long way to go, and we'll continue to work hard to get to where we want to be.
Let's do two more, Adam, and then Jerry.
Coach, you referenced Mahomes, and everybody knows about the Chiefs offense, but really what kind of helped them take the next step was the defense getting better, and they've shown again this year that their defense continues to improve. What have you seen from them in terms of defensive improvements?
I think that's the best question I've heard. I mean, that is a great point. They're number 2 in scoring defense, number 5 in total defense. They take the ball away, they blitz you, they come from everywhere. And they've got 2 great players on their front. They got a very good linebacker core. They play aggressive coverage in the secondary, and I give Spagnuolo, the defensive coordinator, a lot of credit. You have no idea what he's going to come up with next, and it's a great scheme. It's very diverse, and Tyrann Mathieu is one of the guys that really makes it go. So they've been real stingy to everybody that I've seen them play.
Hey, John, is playing well at Arrowhead and winning at Arrowhead a hump that Derek Carr needs to get over?
Well, Derek's going to hear it until we do it, but, he's the biggest reason I think we got a chance to do it. We got to play better around him. We can't turn the ball over, Jerry. I mean, if you look at the turnover ratio in the 4 games since I've been back coaching against Kansas City, it is almost embarrassing. I'm sorry I brought it up. I hope I didn't make you guys sick. We got to take care of the ball. We got to take the ball away. That's not illegal. But we have got to address the turnover margin against the Chiefs. And, yeah, I think Derek would certainly benefit from a big win like this, but so would we all. The Raiders, Chiefs, I remember when I came back here, we had struggled against the Chiefs for a long time, and wouldn't you know, we're back to that fact. So we got to fix it ourselves, and we got to do it as a team.
Great. Thank you, everyone.
Have a good day.
Hey, Cam.
All right, guys, we got Denzel here. Please raise your hands for some questions. We'll get started.
Hey, Denzel, what's it been like for you just going back and forth, playing some guard, playing some tackle? How difficult is that going back and forth for you?
It's not so difficult as it is just getting my body used to it, what I'm playing. I played both before. I'm just liking the fact that I can play both at a high level at this point, but I mean, I'm just trying to do whatever the team need, whatever Cable need, Gruden, whatever they ask me to do, I'm gonna do it. I'll take a snap at quarterback if I have to.
What does it say about the offensive line as a whole that despite all the injuries you guys have had, that you still managed to play pretty well this season?
I think that's a big shout out to our group, man. I love this group. Everybody works hard. Everybody is, willing to sacrifice whatever it takes. And that's also a salute to Cable on that for getting us prepared for everything, honestly, whatever we can see.
Denzel, who do you think has helped you out the most in terms of making the transition over from guard to tackle within the Raiders team so far this season?
I'll just have to say the guys I play beside, man. Rodney, he's definitely a big help going back to guard. Then when I was at tackle, Gabe was a huge help, just keeping my head in the game and just letting me know that he had my back. So my confidence was at all-time high out there playing beside those guys.
Denzel, everybody talks about the Chiefs' offense, but when you look at their defense, what do you see from them and how much they've improved over the last 2 years?
They got some ballers, man. It's a solid defense. Those guys are disciplined. They know how to play defense. When you watch film, it's apparent. They got some big playmakers out there, big-name guys, but we just got to make sure we do our job. At the end of the day, it's always about us. It ain't about what everybody else is doing. It's just about what we can do and how well we can execute.
Hey, Denzel, it's going to be a little different this year in that the place won't be all the way full of fans, but Arrowhead's kind of a famous traditional venue for the Raiders to play. I'm just curious what you think about it. Have you enjoyed playing there over the years? Do you like the atmosphere? What do you think about it?
When I first got here, that was my first time going to Arrowhead and playing, and it was amazing. I love going into a hostile environment, hearing all the fans. Everybody in the stadium wants you to mess up and want you to fail. I love going in that kind of environment, man. It gets us hyped. It makes you want to play harder. It makes you want to prove all those people wrong. So I love it.
Anything else, guys?
Hey, Denzel, with there being no fans really at games thus far, and you talk about, you go into those types of environments to get you guys hyped, how hard is it to get your juice going individually, to get things going, to stay excited in a game with no crowd noise, no outside influences?
Oh, we all about juice here. We can have fans. It's fun to play in front of fans, but even if we don't have fans, we bring our own juice. We got guys who know how to do it, so, we just rely on each other when it comes to that.
All right. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, guys.
Oh, I guess it's me. Hey, Derek, after the game last week, you were very obvious in how frustrated you were, the things you were saying about that. How do you make that translate into more success on the field going forward?
It's a good question, man. You know, I think Coach does a really good job of accountability, and I think that's the word that it comes down to for everybody is holding yourself to a certain standard, and when you don't meet that standard, just owning it, you know, and just saying, hey, man, to your peers, like, hey, I didn't meet that standard, and had a really, really, what was it? What did we meet Monday? Really good meeting Monday as a team about that, and guys just owning, saying, yeah, and I'm going to fix it and all that kind of stuff, and myself included, like, yeah, we'll do it. And whenever you have that, at least it gives you a chance to do things the right way, you know, Paul. Like at least it gives you the chance. Cause I've been on some teams here in the past where there was none of that, and it just went haywire. You know what I mean? So at least it gives you a fighting chance when you got guys that'll own up to it and be like, hey, this is what I need to do, myself included. This is what I need to do, and then you show your teammates that you're working on it at practice.
Eric, Arrowhead hasn't been the friendliest place for you guys since you got here. How are you looking forward to at least getting to go there when it's not cold and with a sold-out crowd, maybe a little easier circumstances to play there?
Man, I tell you what, like even when like in pregame at Arrowhead, like when it's not full, it's loud. You know, you're like it really is. You know, it's like how do they make it this loud? You know, and to that, give them credit, their fans credit, they're passionate, they're loud, and stuff like that. But going to Arrowhead against the defending Super Bowl champs, you know, Josh, it'll never be an easy task. You know, it'll never be easy. But you know, we haven't won there in some time as an organization. We need to get a win there, but it comes at the cost of playing the defending Super Bowl champs who are hot again. You know, and they're undefeated. So great opportunity for us, great challenge for us. I don't look too much into anything. Like I feel like, Josh, I prepare every game the same. You know what I'm saying? And no matter who I'm playing, I've always just treated it that way. So I do know that we haven't won there in a while. So the awesome thing about sports and about football is you get another chance at it, right? And so here we go. We get another chance to go there. But to answer like in the best way, it's never an easy place to play, especially against that coaching staff and that team.
Eric, saw that Henry Ruggs was out there and Trent Brown was out there. We'll see what their availability is on Sunday. But two quick questions. In the short time that Henry has been here, if you can just kind of explain the impact that he's already had. And then also in Trent's case, you know, just being able to get guys that you're counting on being out there and being available and being part of an offensive line that's really good when it's intact, and just the importance of him, you know, getting back on the field for you guys.
Oh yeah, just having. I'll talk about Henry first. You know, Henry has shown some great signs of some great attributes, some things you love to see: a work ethic, route running ability. I wish we would got to see more of in the past few games because he was hurt. We didn't see it, but his toughness, man, kid is tough. You know, he's works his tail off, and not playing really crushes him. Whereas I've been around some guys where not playing isn't the worst thing in the world to them. You know, and that shows you his football character and how much it means to him. And so I can't say enough good things about Henry. I love him. I know he's excited and hoping that he'll get to play. I know also with Trent, he's excited, hoping he'll get to play. He's got, you know, both those guys are coming off whatever their injuries were, and trying to bounce back, get back into practice and getting back into that shape, you know, and stuff like that. So I know that they're excited, and I know that if we get them back anytime. You know, we've lost a lot of guys to injuries on both sides of the ball. Anytime you get someone back, it is a morale boost. You know, it's like, oh man, awesome. You know, Trent's back or Henry's back, and hopefully they will be. But you know, I don't know. It'd be nice to see, you know, when we're all at full strength and playing, you know, week after week together, what we're capable of. You know, so hopefully we can get healthy and see what can happen.
Hey, Derek, the Chiefs-Raiders rivalry is one of the most special ones in football. What, if anything, have you done with the rookie teammates to have them kind of understand what Chiefs Week is like?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, if we're being honest, to make it a rivalry, we gotta win some games here. You know what I'm saying? You know, that would make it a lot nicer. Scott, you know, they've had our number for a little bit, and it kind of makes us mad. And so, you know, we're going to go out there and we're going to fight, and the guys know. You know, Coach Gruden talks about it. You know, he makes sure that the young guys know what they're getting into and things like that. That they don't like us, we don't like them. You know, there's not a lot of handshaking between the two. Never has been, never will be probably. Even though there are friends on each side, but when you're playing each other, Chiefs Raiders, it's not friendly. But we got to make it a rivalry. If we're going to be honest, we got to go win some football games against them.
Yeah, for all the talk of this high-flying Chiefs offense, this might be the best Chiefs defense you've faced in the last few years. I mean, the level that they're playing at anyway. What jumps out at them to you?
Oh, yeah, they got a great front. Clark, Jones, they get after it. Linebackers run and hit. The defensive backs, obviously, we know about Tyron, what kind of player he is, and in their secondary, they're great players, and they got a great scheme, man. You could tell they plan on scoring a lot of points. The way they play defense. And they go after it and they play hard and things like that. So yeah, the MVP, one of our MVPs of the league, Lamar Jackson, he only had like 97 yards, and he's one of the best players in football. No matter what anyone wants to say at that moment, he's one of the best. You look at the other players that they've played against, the other teams they played against, and what they've been able to hold them to. What a challenge and that is for us. And we better step up to the plate and be ready to play. I know our guys are excited about it and excited for the challenge, but this defense is, everyone talks about their offense, and rightfully so. They're Super Bowl champs. They got the MVP, at quarterback and things like that. They got speed everywhere, great players, Kelsey, all these guys, running backs, O-line, but their defense can play as well. They're really good.
Derek, when you come off of a week like last week, in terms of a lot of the chatter, a lot of the noise had something to do with, nothing to do with football in terms of the foundation dinner and then the loss and how frustrating. Is there something you turn to for that brief off day to kind of clear your head, to be able to come back with that positive manner and to be a leader? Is there something specific that you can just turn to relax, in order just to cleanse your mental game?
Oh yeah, well, that's one thing too. Sometimes I get upset, but every day I'm always in my word. I'm always, just as a person, as a believer, I hold on to my faith. That's just how I believe, and what's helped me get through a lot of things. Helped me to have some understanding about life and why I'm here, and also spending time with my wife and with my kids. I love spending time with my wife. Watching shows or things like that. I love playing football or basketball with my kids. Doing stuff like that. So I make sure that I try and be the best husband I could be and the best dad I could be, no matter what my work circumstances. I'm always going to come home and make sure that they know that they're loved, and none of that comes home, whether it's good or bad. I try and do that, and that always helps me reset, no matter what. That always helps me make sure that I'm always on the right page.
Derek, it's looking like the Titans game might not get played this week. There's positive tests with the Patriots. There's been one with the Chiefs. You guys had one as well. There's talk about moving games around, that sort of thing. Is it tough to prepare for a game and not being 100% sure that it would necessarily be played this weekend?
Yeah, there's a lot of stuff going on. I know for me, I just treat it like, hey, I have my weekly schedule. I have my weekly process. You know what I'm saying? Hey, what's up, Rodney? I got my weekly process on how I do things, and so I'm very much into my schedule, and so I'm gonna do my process. I'm gonna do my weekly routine, how I would normally do it, and then if things change, then you adapt, But I would hate, you can't ever think, oh, maybe I'll get pushed back and put something off, or I could watch this then. You got to make sure you stay with your process and what's helped you have success.
Well, last one, Levi.
Derek, LeviRaiders.com. Of course, you were just talking about how excited you are to have Henry Ruggs back. And, of course, he's going to be very crucial against guys like Tyran and Marcus Peters, like you were saying. So can you just talk about how excited you are to see him potentially come back and face them, as well as Hunter, who's been doing great following up in the response of Ruggs and Edwards being out?
Yeah, I'm excited, man. We're going to need them. We're going to need everybody. Going into Arrowhead, it's not easy. It's tough environment, tough team. We need all our guys, and when we have all of our guys, all the whole offense, everything is open, and the great thing that we saw last week is that we have 5 or 6 receivers that can all play and start and have success, and so now we have all those weapons healthy. It's a good thing for our team, and so hopefully we can get them all healthy. Hopefully Henry can play, and hopefully sometime Brian can play, and then we can have our full arsenal and things Coach wants to do and wanted to do. But in the meantime, guys like Zay and Nelly and and Hunter have really stepped up and been big for us. I think you guys know how much I love Hunter, how much I trust him with some of the balls I throw to him, and when I'm throwing to him and things like that. I trust the heck out of the guy. So getting all those guys back will only help Waller. It will only help Josh Jacobs. It will only help everybody. Whenever you got your full arsenal, it helps everybody.
All right, thank you, Derek. Thanks, everyone.
Thanks, guys.